Hey everybody, this is David Bradley. I am your personal development samurai. Honored to be here. This is my week. So what we're going to do for the next 7 days is I've picked 7 words that can change everything for you. These are words that I've incorporated into my own life, into my own personal development, and so I thought I'd share these with you. A different word each day, and then what I want to challenge you to do then is to take these words I'm giving you and then figure out, hey, for the next 24 hours, just germinate on the word, right? Just literally think about the word. How can I plug this into my life? What am I doing with the specific word? What does it mean to me? And maybe from what Dave has to share, maybe I'm going to get some new insight in terms of that word and in terms of how to incorporate it into my own personal development. So, who am I? Okay, so you may be wondering, all right, who is this guy, first of all, and what are his qualifications? What has he done to be my personal development samurai? And so here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I am, where I come from, and how I wound up with that title. There are 3 things you want to know about me. Number 1, I'm a sales and marketing manager with Grant Cardone. I've been working with Grant since 2011, and I've been following and studying his content since 2003. Grant's training took me from barely surviving in sales to thriving in it. And Grant also has enabled me, his technology, his teaching, his mindset has enabled me to accomplish things in my life that, number 1, I didn't even think I deserved. Okay? And then number 2, I didn't think I was capable of doing. So Grant has enabled me to be, do, and have significantly more than I thought was ever possible. So that's the first thing. Second thing is I'm an author. I've self-published a book. It's called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. In my life, I have made some decisions about what I have decided to put into my body, and I've also made some decisions about what I'm not going to put into my body anymore. Okay? Let's just be honest, okay? I've struggled with drug addiction, I've struggled with nicotine addiction, and I've struggled with alcohol addiction, okay? All 3 of those things, I've found ways to conquer them, take control back, okay? And that's what my book is really about. It's like how to take control back. And what's great about it is that the reality is that I gave up that control. I gave it up to alcohol, I gave it up to drugs, I gave it up to nicotine, I gave it all up, I took it back, okay? Not everybody can do that. I found a way that works for me, and so I want to share that way with other people. So the book is called How to Stop Smoking Without Killing Anyone. Third little piece is since then I've become very much into health, wellness, fitness, nutrition, and I have a blog called Rich Man's Gym. The subtitle is Strength of Body, Mind, and Spirit. I think if you're going to physically stress your body, it shouldn't be just about looking good naked. It should be about being strong in body, mind, and spirit. And so to be able to push your body to a limit and then push past beyond a perceived limit, that takes a lot of strength, not just mental toughness as well, right? And there's a lot of emotional rewards for that. And I also think that we're all infinite beings having temporary human experiences. And so can I use physical exercise as a way to transcend this body and connect to the divine? So that's what Rich Man's Gym is all about. I call it Train Anywhere. I don't think you need to go to a cookie cutter gym to get in the best shape of your life. You can do it from home. You can do it in the garage. You can do it at the park, run on the beach. Anywhere you go is your Rich Man's Gym. So those are the 3 things on me. Let me dive into today's word. Your word of the day for the next 24 hours, and I want you to really spend some time with this word, okay? It's priority. Now, we've all heard the term, right? You got to get your priorities in straight, man, right? Okay? But let's look up the definition. Let's look at what Webster, look how beat up this book is, right? So if you don't have a dictionary that looks like this, you're not using it right, okay? So I highlighted the word. So I'm just going to read it right out of Webster here. Priority, it's a noun. Precedence, the state of being first in rank, or time of service, okay? Now, where does that word come from, okay? Not only is it important to understand the definition or meaning of the word, but where did that come from? How did it come into existence? The etymology of a word, I think, is very, very important. So if I Google this, right, priority, again, noun, the fact or condition of being regarded or treated as more important, okay? The safety of the country takes priority over any other matter. That's using it in a sentence, okay? So, but when we look at the etymology of things, it's Latin. Prior is the root word there. Medieval Latin, prioritas. Okay. Old French, priorité. Okay. English, just prior, denoting precedence in time or rank. Okay. So I got some notes here, right? So here's the question. Okay. What are your priorities? Think about that. I mean, I spend 24 hours literally thinking about, hey, what are my priorities, right? And what does come first for you? So when you wake up in the morning, what's your first priority? Are you on social media right away? Like, is that the first thing you do? These are just things to think with, right? Are you hitting up social media? Are you checking email right away? Or maybe are you spending time with your goals and your dreams, right? So anytime there's a common theme coming here, right? A lot of times people talk about when it comes to personal development or doing something for themselves to get and be better, right? There is this time issue. So what I really want to talk about in terms of where you put your time is what your priority is. And what are you prioritizing right now, right? So for me, for example, I got a policy. I don't check social media until at least 6 a.m., but I'm up at 4:30. And in that first 90 minutes, what am I doing? I write down my goals and my dreams every single day. I spend time with my goals and my dreams. I read from a book, right? Something that is good for me, okay? I do my Cardone training every single day. That's the first 90 minutes of my day is about me, okay? I try and get some exercise in, okay? So think about this. Anytime, this is where I'm going with this message, anytime there is a lack of time for you, you feel like, man, I don't have time to work out, or I don't have time to study, or I don't have time for me, okay? The reality is that you just haven't made it a priority, okay? So here's the lesson. You got to make you a priority, and I'll tell you why. Because if you're on an airplane right now and the cabin loses pressure and the oxygen mask drops out, okay, you got to put yours on first before you can help other people. Okay, so as your personal development samurai, I want to encourage you today to make you a priority. I want to encourage you today to start really looking at, man, how do I make some time for me? How do I make me a priority? How do I do what I need to do to be the best me possible? Because you cannot help others if you're sucking for air. Okay? So when there's no time, it means I haven't made it a priority yet. Okay? So what I want to do is give you a tool and maybe some questions that you can ask yourself, and I'm going to borrow these from my good buddy Wayne Dyer, okay, in terms of how to handle the I don't have time excuse. Because that's really what it is. Let's just be honest, okay? So anytime you have an excuse, so in terms of why you can't do something, especially if time is the issue, it's not a priority yet, ask yourself this question. Is it true? Man, I don't have time to work out. Is that true? I mean, really? Right? Or, man, I don't have time to train myself as a sales professional. Right? Or I don't have time for fill in the blank. Okay? The question you want to ask you, the first thing is, man, is that true? I think you may find that it's not. If you really, open yourself up, you may find that it's not. Okay? Probably not. Is it true? Probably not. Okay? Number two, where did that come from? I don't have time. Whatever excuse. It's not a priority yet. Where did that come from? Right? There's a great thing that I learned from Grant. Who taught you that? Someone tells you something that they can't do. Man, who taught you that, right? Most likely, wherever the excuse came from did not come from you. You learned it from something else, right? Or you had a negative experience and you made a decision. But it didn't come from you. Right? So where did it come from? Right? Really analyze where this excuse is coming from, this non-priority thing. Okay. Third thing is, what's the payoff? What are you getting out of not doing it? Clearly there's a payoff, right? You wouldn't be making a decision to not make it a priority. You are getting something out of it. Okay. The next question: what would your life look like if you couldn't use this excuse? It's gone. You can't use it. Sorry, it's out. You have to do it now. What would your life look like? What would it be like? What could you have? How would you feel about yourself? Right? Fifth thing, can you create a rational reason to make the shift? to make it a priority? Whatever it is that you haven't made a priority, that you know you need to make a priority, can you create a rational argument, a real reason to make the shift? Absolutely, right? 6, can I access universal cooperation in shedding old habits? Okay, so most likely, if you need to transition into something more positive, you can't always do that alone. You're going to need some help. And who better to help you than the man upstairs, or the woman, or whatever, the elephant upstairs, whatever you want to assign to the higher power. Maybe get some help from them. Connect to that, right? And then the last thing is, what can I do on a daily basis? How can I continually reinforce this new way of being? So once you make a decision, just because you did it once doesn't mean it's handled. Right? I talked about not smoking, and I talked about not drinking, and I talked about not doing drugs, right? That's not, I'm not going to do drugs today. I'm not going to smoke cigarettes today. I'm going to work out today. If you go to the gym once a month, all you get is sore and pissed off. If you go every single day, you get stronger, you get fitter, you get leaner, you feel better, right? We all know this, okay? So those handlings will help you with any reason that you can't make whatever it is you know you need to make a priority. So I hope this helps. If you want to hash this out or have a conversation about it, reach out to me at any time. Here's a couple different ways of getting a hold of me. My email address, david@grantcardone.com. My cell phone, 818-427-5188. Thank you. Happy Monday. Wishing you a prosperous week. We will see you tomorrow, where we're going to take on the next word, word number 2 of 7 words that will change everything for you. See you tomorrow.